I'm politicking with the homie poet, Poe Politicking. Self-help meets hip-hop. That's fucking beautiful. What up, Poe? What up, DJ Period? Just two black brothers. I see y'all out there doing what y'all do, preserving the hip-hop culture and introducing the future stars. Keep shining, kings. Real and recognize real. Love is love. Salute. Yeah.
PoePoliticking.com.
Welcome back to PoePoliticking.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you go on Spotify, Apple Music, or on Amazon. Type on Poe Politicking and listen to our interview since 2008. 1212 and Place to Be with Jay Cobb. How you doing, bro?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm great, man. Why you acting like you a stranger and shit? This
I know, right?
Yeah. So I think last time we talked was around 2 years ago, man. So how everything been going for you?
Man, it's been a grind. I feel like between that time, the only thing I can remember is this year with all this COVID and pandemic shit, you know?
Oh, it's like somebody was saying like they was talking about VC. So that was VC last time we talked before COVID.
Yeah. No, things have been going well. You know, in the 2 years, I took some time off from music to find a new home in California. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed with a daughter last year. Time has flown by, but I'm glad to be in the place that I'm in right now. It's both spiritually and physically. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
So where you at in California?
I'm in LA.
Okay, I'm in San Diego.
Okay. Not too far.
Yeah, I had a daughter too last year. Well,
really?
January. I had one in January. Yep.
January. Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man. I got a
girl dads.
Yeah, I got a boy due in this January coming up. So I've been working, man.
Okay. I see you.
I've been in the studio dropping hits.
Hey, you know.
So we're gonna just do a reintroduction. So just take us back to your earliest memories of music.
Shit, my earliest memories of music is being classically trained on the piano. That was the first instrument that fell in love with, but it took me some time to fall in love with. I felt like it was more of a chore, you know, when I was younger and sitting down with the piano teachers. But then from the piano, I picked up the drums, I picked up the bassoon, you know, my interest in music just went on from there. But yeah, I'm classically trained on the piano since the age of 4. Yeah. And that's where my music training started.
So you like Stevie Wonder? Who else played piano? Stevie Wonder, John Legend. Who else?
Yeah, quite a few people.
Elton John, right?
Yep, Elton John. Yes, sir.
Billy Joel played piano. I remember him playing piano a little bit, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So who's some of your influences?
On the piano, I definitely have to say Stevie Wonder, you know. I mean, I'm born and raised in Detroit, so a lot of my influence comes from Motown. Marvin Gaye, you know. But then, obviously, on the hip-hop side, I think a lot of my influence comes from Jay-Z, from a little bit of Eminem, you know, Andre 3000, T.I. Yeah.
So how would you describe your sound to people?
To be honest, my sound is kind of like myself, always evolving. You know what I'm saying? Changing every day. So, you know, when I first started out, I dropped my first EP in 2015. That sound was definitely more hip hop, you know, rapping more about like trying to be the best rapper. I think with my full debut album, which dropped in 2018, it was just more me pushing my sound, but then also staying true to like, you know, my rapping roots. And I think the music that I'm sitting on now has a lot more growth to it. It's a different level of confidence. It's just a different space. Like I'm trying to push myself as an artist and really have fun. You know, I think I got out of, I don't know. I felt like when I first started out, it wasn't about so much having fun. It was about proving. And now I feel like my confidence is there and I can truly have fun with the art that I'm making. And it's not so much about like trying to prove, well, I'm the best rapper, I'm the best this. You know, I just try to make the best music. And like I said, I try to push myself further and further in, as far as I can as an artist, you know, and not stay in the box. So I find myself always picking production and working on production that, like, I don't know, most people might not want to touch, or it might not sound like the most current records that you hear on the radio and on your playlists and stuff like that. And that's all intentional.
So describe your creative process.
Man, the creative process has changed so much. Like, I felt like I moved to LA to work with producers who finally got my sound and got what I was really trying to create. The creative process used to be just, you know, it's changed, it's evolved. I think the newest music that I created was, you know, going in, sitting down with the producer. They have nothing. We'd have a blank canvas, and we just start, you know, working on some production together. And then we'd be like, "Oh, that's it." You know, they say, "Jump in the booth." I jump in the booth. You know, 30 minutes later, I'd probably come out, and they'd be like, "All right, I got what we need." And then I would go home. You know, that would probably be like about an hour and a half of a studio session. And then they send me something, and, you know, it just came out.
So who you working with out there? You work with Dr. Dre?
Not yet. Soon, though. I felt like, you know, yeah, he popped into one of my dreams the other day. That shit felt like real life, so it was weird. That shit was crazy.
So who you working with? What the producers you working
I worked with Jay Cooper out of Australia, but he's between LA and Vancouver. He's signed to Jahi Sundance's record label. Jahi is Robert Glasper's DJ, so shout out to them. I've been working with the cat by the name of Armando Ortega. He goes by the name of Nomad Saint as a producer. And really, this project was just between two producers, which kind of, you know, just came through by the blessing of God. It was, you know, it was like two meetings just led to two producers, and then that led to the work that we created. So, you know, I'm thankful for that. It wasn't too much. It was, yeah, just meant to be, I guess.
So how many projects have you dropped since the last time we talked? That was like 2 years.
I haven't dropped anything. I haven't dropped anything, to be honest. Because I was waiting, you know, I was in New York City and had to do some reshuffling with my team. And like I said, ended up moving the family to LA. So, like, I felt like my life, you know, I just had to get back to living a little bit more so than trying to keep up with the demands of, I don't even know if I want to say the industry, but with just releasing music. So I like to take my time. I don't like to release, you know, something every week or every month. I don't really, you know, I've yet to adopt that release strategy for myself. I want my shit to be more like, you know, spaced out, intentional, you know, and I don't know, maybe that works, maybe it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Because people definitely have selective amnesia and forget about you. But, you know, I think that as long as I keep it at a certain level, which people who know me know that I always do, you know, the people who want to experience this vibe will come check it out. You know, people who know it will stick with it, you know what I'm saying? And we keep it moving.
So what you working on right now again?
So I'm sitting on records now, which is a good place to be. So I'm just going to be releasing them, you know what I'm saying, and testing the waters and building the visuals around them. My latest single was called Out My Mind. We dropped that on October 31st, which I thought was super timely in a time like this, and pandemic and all that kind of shit. We just did my first full animation music video, because shooting a music video for an artist at my level is pretty difficult with pandemic and all that kind of shit. So we did a full animation video, and it was dope. Shout out to Vaughn Taormina, who did the animation. Yeah. So like I said, I'm just sitting on a good amount of music, you know? It's all mixed, mastered, and just ready to be deployed.
What's up? I actually did an animation video too. Yeah, all I did though, I did an R&B song, so I just had my vocals, but then I got with somebody that found some anime clips and like mashed it together. So. Okay,
that's what's
up.
You
gotta be creative, man. Shit.
Yeah, gotta be creative
to figure it out. Shit, everybody else figuring it out. So what's your interest outside of music?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so like, you know, I'm always another idea, another business is always coming to mind. It's just about where I want to put my energy, but I've been fortunate to invest in a couple things in the coffee business. So we got a coffee machine coming out top of next year, so I just stay busy.
I guess, because I always ask the guests, like, what's a good way to put up a G? But I'm going to upgrade that question. So what's a good business to start right now?
A good business to start, if you have the credentials, definitely a mental health, telehealth company. I think a lot of people find their mental health kind of suffering. Definitely a fitness business, if you can do fitness over Zoom classes, anything exercise, Pilates, yoga. I think people definitely are looking forward to that. Everybody's at home, so, that's a good business. Obviously, I've been on the Clubhouse app. That was a good business to start. And then, being in the coffee business, coffee's really good. We're going at Keurig.
What's the, somebody actually just sent me an invite to the Clubhouse, so what's that about?
Clubhouse. So, it's kind of like a podcast. You have a stage, you've got some moderators. You can find a room, of people talking about anything. You can start your own room. There's a stage. You can raise your hand. You can bring people up. It's really just a great networking tool. It's a good networking tool. You know what I'm saying? Like with the new baby, I haven't found that much time to really spend on it, to be honest.
Yeah, my daughter's. It's kind of get like where it's like, it's so much stuff out there, but it's like you can't do everything, so you have to kind of like pick what you want, like everything. Like that's why I can't listen to like how many podcasts is it? So I can't be listening to all these dudes' podcasts. I can't. It's like too many just thoughts.
Too many, yeah. But Clubhouse is cool. Like I said, it's a lot of good networking. For you, there are a lot of artists on there. They haven't let the ropes down, so it's a really curated group of people on there right now. Like I was in a room last night with Mike Will Made it, 21 Savage, Joe Budden, a bunch of people. But it's fun. Like they were just talking about craziness. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's good to listen to craziness, and then other times you can actually get something out of it. Get a business deal, find an artist, collaborator, graphic designer, whatever.
It's cool. I gotta make sure. Like I said, I got it on my phone. I just haven't logged in and stuff yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a good business to start,
Yeah, you the first one got that question, man. So that I'm gonna upgrade it. So now, because they was like, man, $1,000 ain't enough. So if I asked them what's a good business to start, that should be easy to answer. I shouldn't get no problems out of that one.
Yeah.
And then I like listening. I don't know. I be like taking y'all ideas for myself.
Yo, you're not the first one.
Like mental health. Mental health.
Yeah, you're not the first one. I had to check myself about that shit. Like, damn, I'm good. Like, people taking my ideas and running with them. I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Free game.
That's why I'm saying they're doing that. They're doing shit. How many people do that? How many people you can actually tell them shit? That's what they're doing now. People putting out ebooks and web conferences and telling you how to do everything, and they still ain't doing it. So,
yeah, exactly. It's all in the action.
All right.
It's all in the action.
So you was talking about the COVID and everything earlier. So how's that affected your life?
Oh man, this has definitely been one of the hardest years of my life for sure. I think between COVID, being locked in the house, new baby, the racial injustice we witnessed during all this just compounded with like myself, I definitely, fell down. I had to pick myself back up this year. You know what I'm saying? I definitely found myself with situational depression, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I had to go get right. You know what I mean? I had to clean my body, put down the drink, put down the smoke, clean my mind up, and reconnect with my higher power. And I'm super thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely a growing period for myself, for sure.
So what's next for you?
Shit, more music, taking care of my daughter, taking care of my family, just never stop hustling. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully get back to the travel mode, get back out here in the world. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I said, I don't know, man. I said, hopefully we don't go into the dark ages. I was like,
You never know. You never
yeah,
know.
stay alive for a minute. Hopefully, shit. I want to see
Right.
how these next couple of months go.
I know. It's gonna be interesting for sure. You know, that's why it's like the best thing I ever did was take some time for myself, even after I, kind of fallen down and had to pick myself up. Because I reconnected with myself and built emotional resilience that's super powerful. I got a lot of freedom internally now. And that feels good.
What does that mean?
Man, just like to love yourself. Like I felt like, I never took my family for granted. I never took the things around me for granted, but I took myself for granted. And I wasn't taking care of my mental health. I wasn't taking care of my spirit and my soul, and I allowed people to wear me out until I eventually, broke. And so now after I've reconstructed myself and rebuilt myself, I feel like can't anybody push me to that point anymore. And then two, it's like I love myself more than I probably have in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a freeing place to be, to just have emotional sobriety, emotional resilience that nobody can really take from you.
Yeah, I would say it'd be kind of weird though, because like even me, like I don't know, it's kind of like you don't. That's like a topic I guess like men don't really discuss, like loving yourself and shit like that. You like loving yourself, fuck all that, man. You gotta go lift some weights or something.
Yeah, right? That's exactly. You might as well go lift some weights, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, if you don't love yourself, it's hard to love anybody else.
Where do you start with that? Where would you say somebody start? Like, how should you love yourself? What's a good way?
Lifting weights is a great example of that. Exercise and like taking time out for yourself, whether that's going on a hike or going in nature, reading a book or meditating, it's definitely not something that's taught. You know what I'm saying? I think people put so much value in external validation that shit, how the fuck can you love yourself when you're chasing likes on Instagram, when you're chasing, you know what I'm saying? So many things are these platforms that are just using your data to build their value. But like at the end of the day, your emotional well is fucking dry. You're not somebody that can be lovable because you don't love yourself. And that's easy to see. You know what I'm saying? Like I see people from Instagram look one way, then I see them in real life and I'm like, oh, that's, no judgment.
I know for a fact, like I can tell, like I know for a fact, if I go to your page and you have 1,000 pictures and 95% of those pictures is a selfie, I know you have problems. Because I know that's not how a normal person thinks. Like you're not just gonna sit there all day and post pictures of yourself. Like that's like weird. Like why would you? So that lets me know a lot of people just off that, like if it's just picture yourself the same all day, 100,000 pictures. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn.
Yeah, these platforms, I mean, they're building these platforms to take you out of yourself, right? And so, like, to love yourself is to connect with yourself, to sit in your thoughts, to sit in silence. You know what I'm saying?
The most bogus shit I've been seeing, man, it's so sad. The most bogus shit I see people doing is when they're on say they get on their story and they be like, oh, it feels so good meditating today. And they got the phone, they're recording it.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Man, I'm like, that's not no fucking meditation if you sitting there recording yourself doing it. That ain't meditating.
That's not meditating. No.
I'm like, these people.
See, there you go. That's a prime example of people living for external validation.
Yeah, I'm
it's
like,
oh, look at me meditating. That's not what meditation is about.
I'm like, these niggas, I'm like, you sitting there meditating for clout now? Like, oh my God, this shit is crazy. I'm like,
man, everything is becoming a popularity contest. And, someone like myself, I never gave a shit about that. And so that's why on my Instagram, I don't even really like Instagram. I only do it for, promotion for music. I know I kind of have to, but like, man, I'm a Scorpio. I'm cool moving in silence,
All right, man. What advice would you give to, well, you was kind of talking about it a little bit, but what advice would you give to new artists?
Man, take your time, I would say. I think a lot of people are trying to rush. But again, everybody's journey is different. So like, I would just say have patience. And like I said, get to know yourself, you know, and make sure you got some people around you that you can trust, at least one. You don't need a lot, you know what I mean? And also have a great, you know, be grateful. Shit, have some humility and some gratitude, you know? Too many times I check my Twitter and I see another, you know, hip hop Black man shot and killed, you know, and that shit is sad. You know, that shit is sad in the way you cut it. So like, that's affecting somebody's family and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, I know that life is definitely a gamble, but like I said, just have some humility and gratitude. You know, we're all connected. We're all one people. So, you know, move with humility, move with gratitude, patience. That's what I would say.
All right, bro. I want to say, what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
Yeah, I love y'all. I love you. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for sticking with me. You know, I got love for each and every person who presses play, puts a thumb up or a thumb down on anything I create. You know what I mean? I'm always pushing myself to be better, to be great. I got a 24-hour period to do that. I move the needle, you know, so.
All right, bro. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
I appreciate it. Good to see you.
No doubt. What's your social media again?
Yes, this is J Cobb, COBB, on pretty much everything. This is J Cobb.
And you got any shout outs?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my family, give a shout out to my wife, give a shout out to my daughter, my sister, my mom, my dad, Andy, the whole family, and all my fans. Thank you, producers, everybody, you know, everybody who's been touched by the lightning bolt. Let's get it.
So y'all gonna link up for Thanksgiving, or what y'all doing?
Nope. Nope.
Link?
We doing the Zoom thing, I think. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is.
Can you find yourself? Can you find yourself? Looks like I found myself. Can you find yourself too?
It's a rainy day, turn it to a sunshine. Yeah, I'm out of mind, but I don't really get a peace of mind. I'm up all day and I'm up all night. Means I never sleep. I know they gon' love it. I know they gon' need it. I know they gon' want it. We all need that escape. I put my life on museum exhibit so you can find yourself.
Can you find yourself? Can you find yourself?
What it look like? What it look like?
Looks like I found myself. Can you find yourself too?
No, it ain't easy being me. What it look like? It look easy, but it's far from it. Yeah, I'm far from it. From my hometown, but I came from it. Run with it. I might run with it. Having fun with it. Hope you press record. Hope I sound enormous. I know they gon' love it. I know they gon' need it. I know they gon' want it. We all need that escape. I put my life on museum exhibit so you can find yourself.
Can you find yourself? Can you find yourself?
What it look like?
Like I found myself. Can you find yourself too?
You see, you try to find your life in mine. You might get lost. I'm gone. What it look like? What it look like? So finish strong.
The Poe Politicking Show is brought to you by RapperT-shirts.com, home of the official Poe Politicking merchandise. From face masks to tees and hoodies, order yours today. Thank you for listening to the Poe Politicking Show, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. For live content, subscribe to our YouTube channel.